My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is July 18, 2023. It is 1:44 a.m. 2,989 subscribers, new subscribers. Welcome. My goodness, I'm still stuck in the 300 again. Look at videos that were dated around the July, let's say July 1st, for instance, even though June 22nd was the last marking period, but look around early July till this date, the videos, the beginning of each of those videos, see the amount the estimate revenue was. It still remained at the 300. Meanwhile, every day I have different videos. I mean, they don't have mega, hundreds and thousands of views, but they still, some of them up in the, I don't know, close to 1,000, and some past 1,000 views. So why will my videos, my estimate, remain still around the 300? This is not right. This is not right. So now I start sharing this analytic page with you as well. Okay, remain 300 plus, and then they tell me keep it up, your channel got about the same number of views. So something, the amount you add up, I don't know. All right, so I just want to keep showing these numbers in every videos for record purposes. That's all. Okay, so let's go on Twitter. So before I start the real issue for this video, and then later on I go to different smaller, lesser topics, and some at the end, a little laugh here and there. Before I go to the main topic of this video, I want to share this tweet with you because I think it lays somewhat of a foundation of things. All right, so this is a squatty who retweeted Mike Wright's tweet. Mike Wright actually works for Byline, and I've been following him, but for some reason at that time I didn't put one and one together. Okay, so, and I'm glad I did, because that sort of led me to write what I did, and then the ripple effect of my tweet, and then later on in the day, the thing that happened. Okay, so let's get started. One journalist is willing to cover Dan Wootton abuse of power and blackmailing allegations. Please DM. Okay, so that's Make Right. And for some reason, I was aware he works for Byline, but at that time it didn't click. It didn't click at all. All right, so maybe because I haven't seen some tweets from him that come through my timeline, that I didn't really click anything. Okay, I completely forgotten that he works for Byline. All right, please DM. This is him. Okay, Make Right, and retweet. Dan Wootton is a dangerous man who uses his platform to destroy people. Okay, so this is the retweet here. Great. Will there be anything on all the NDAs preventing people talking about Wootton's behavior, or your usual view on immigrants who commit crimes will suggest that Wootton should be off air? So that's that. Okay, so there's me here, because her tweet says there's a journalist who's willing to cover Dan Wootton's abuse of power. Okay, so my first thought was, because of, you know what, let me just read my thing. Okay, in my humble opinion, victims should be very cautious with this. The UK people operate as one. They might want to know who else is out there. I'll rather contact journalists outside the UK. This is not to say anything about this particular journalist. From what I've seen so far, many of them are buddies. All right, so I'm glad this sentence here put somewhat of a little respect, okay, with this particular journalist, Mike Wright. Okay, this is not to say anything about this particular journalist. So that saved my butt in a way. Luckily, I didn't go full-blown psycho on this journalist. So this one sort of give a slight respect. Okay, this is not pointing him out only to say this is him, he does this kind of things or whatever. All right, so this line sort of saved my butt in a way for a safe face. All right, let's continue. So there he is here. He responded to my tweet. Okay, the people saying speak to me are aware of my work. I do not work for papers and I'm a critic of them. Okay, this is why sometimes I be saying there are some good journalists in the UK who's doing good work. So he's one of them, but for some reason it didn't click at that time. All right, so there's me responding to him. Okay, I respect you respond to my negative suspicion. It's honesty based on your perspective. Most people holding journalists. We may not like your perspective as long it can be verified. This is what the UK tabloid had caused people like me to view the UK as. Hopefully you and others, Byline, see, because I've known Byline to be doing some great work. Okay, hopefully you and others, Byline, can remove this UK clout. So there he is here. I work for Byline. So, and there's me saying here, okay, now you're making me eat my words. I'm proud, LOL, to eat them, my word that is. My apology for my suspicious of you. Byline has tackled some very tough topics in the UK. You deserve my apology. And then there's this here, I'm sorry, I failed you. There's him responding back again, you don't need to apologize. Skepticism is the right move. Okay, I insist. Our lives depend on the truth everywhere. People like you, along with your colleagues at Byline, investigate, risk a lot for the truth. I insist. Okay, there he is again. Okay, I know others are on it too, and we will work together. Okay, so there's him here. All right, so there's here. He didn't really want to accept my apology, and I said, no, I'm sorry for having skepticism about you because I know how the UK is, and I've been telling you guys. There's some people I really respect in the UK. These are the ones who's holding the UK in a string. So you guys, whoever's living in the UK, don't lose that little right that you guys have. Okay, so I said, like, you know, I insist. I apologize to you for having that negative cloud over you. And then this is the thing. My tweet was really negative in a way. But he took it with pride to respond to me. My hat off to him. Okay, so I posted this, my little conversation with him on my community board, but let's read some of the comments here. Okay, just let us know how we can help in any way possible to get Dan the attention that he deserves. There's a squad. Oh my gosh, I've been waiting for Mike Wright to respond. He's a damn fine writer and always on point. Well said, I agree. Mike is a fabulous reporter. He's a definite not afraid to dig deep and find the truth. All right, so he definitely got my respect on my comment alone because my comment was somewhat in a negative aspect of him, but he responded anyway. Okay, to show who he is. Luckily for me as well, there's me here saying here, hopefully you and others, Byline, can remove this clout. And this is where he said, I work for Byline. So that's it for me. All right, so this is the beginning of things to let you know how some stuff sort of got started. So when did I write this? Let's see. Let me go into mine to get the exact time. It was at 4:14 a.m. yesterday. That was probably right after I did my recording. Right now it's 1:54 a.m. So I must have just did my recording and then went on Twitter again, see what's new, if I could add to my recording before people get up. So 4:14 a.m. that's when I started it. Okay, so let me go on my next tweet. Okay, remember that 4:14 a.m. Alright, so this, before I get to the real thing here, this is a video. Okay, Dan Wootton still on air. Dan Wootton still on air, and joined by Lady Colin Campbell, who made excuses for Jeffrey Epstein, among other things. All right, so it's 3 minutes and 18 seconds. So that was yesterday in the afternoon, 5:41 p.m.
Now, look, we mentioned the Princess of Wales' stunning appearance at Wimbledon. But the journalist and ex-IRA scumbag Tim Brannigan wrote online, and brace yourself for this, it's awful, Kate is such a prim, anemic and vacuous woman, yet the media gushes at her insipid presence like she adds something to the spectacle.
But, oh damn, if I knew this is what this video was about, I would have put it further down, because I have another tweet regarding him. If I find it, if I could spot it on my list, I'll put it right after this to get rid of her topic here. But she does look anemic. She's so freaking skinny. If she doesn't be careful, my goodness, whatever this person said is kind of right, because she is skinny. Look anemic.
Her talentless, bony ass being there for all the big games every year is effing annoying, to be perfectly honest. Lady C. Brannigan has since deleted that tweet, but are you as outraged as I am by that description of our future queen?
Well, you know, Mr. Brannigan is a very interesting person. First of all, Mr. Brannigan is Irish. Secondly, Mr. Brannigan is a man of colour. Mr. Brannigan is playing the race card. He's doing it on behalf of his colleagues, including Meghan.
What?
And he's doing it in the nastiest and most distasteful way possible.
So what does his comment has to do with his race, his Irish, his all of this? What does that have to do with it? What does Meghan have to do with all of that? He's talking about a picture of... Oh my God. If I knew this is what this nonsense was about, I'll not even put it. Okay, but let's finish listening to this nonsense.
And it's totally uncalled for. And, you know, Catherine Wales is a very good-looking woman. She's an ectomorph.
And this is the thing here. If these people live in a freaking cloud, the guy actually says something reasonable. Kate does look anemic. If you look back at Princess Diana when she was going through some hardship with Charles, how skinny she was, we will not know if she didn't come out and say she had, you know, doing some stuff, not eating, the bulimia, bulimic kind of behavior kind of thing. Kate probably doing the same thing too. I mean, people's eyes cannot fool them. Kate does look skinny. My goodness. And these people are not really telling the truth. You know what? Let's finish listening to this nonsense. Oh.
Ectomorphs don't have a lot of fat on their body. But to
I'm
actually
jealous, let me tell you,
refer to her posterior the way he did, she actually has a very well-shaped backside. Look at it.
When she first married William, if you look at, I mean, age, I know she was much younger. She did look healthier, but now she doesn't look healthy at all. There's a different type of skinny. There are skinny that looks healthy. There's skinny that look like sick. So she looked like she's sick, okay? Sometime when you look at her face and her body, you know, everything put together. Sometimes I try not to talk about it because I will tend to go in that direction because of other things.
Also has very well-shaped legs.
Oh, goodness me. Goodness me. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Absolutely. Phil, obviously, we don't have any evidence of any connection between Brannigan and Meghan, do we?
No, I don't know of any. I don't think we need to take too seriously what this guy says. I mean, apparently he went to jail for buying some explosives and some guns for the IRA. He was a member of the Provisional IRA. So I don't particularly take much notice of what he says. But I think on a general point...
Oh my God, these people bring everything around this guy without really focusing on what he says only. Bringing his past behavior, his past crime and all of that, connection with Meghan and all of that. Oh my God, they're all a baggage for God.
It just sort of shows how the woke left are rattled, I think. They you know, as Harry and Meghan's star sort of starts to fade, We can see how popular William and Kate are. You saw that at Wimbledon. I mean, took George and Charlotte along as well. Everyone loves the glamour of seeing them. Somebody's got to present the prizes. Obviously, we've no longer got the Duke and Duchess of Kent, as they're aged around 90, and she's taken over as patron of the club, and people love seeing her there. And okay, you can say that they get free tickets for watching from the centre court. I think we all would from the Royal Box if we had the opportunity. But no, it's great to see them, and it adds a lovely touch of glamour to the occasion.
But Lady C, look, we don't want to be unkind to the Queen today because, of course, it is her birthday, so have a good one, Camilla. But is it fair to say, Lady C, that the Waleses, you know, William and Kate and the three kids, are now the box office attraction for the royal family in the same way that the late Queen and Prince Philip used to be?
Yes, and of course the late Queen and Prince Philip were box office attractions when they were the same age as William and Catherine. You know, there's something very sexy about younger people, and there's something very unsexy about older people. And I think somebody who can know
Oh, is she talking about herself? Okay.
the person. Sorry, it's just old age isn't sexy. It may be many things, but sexy it isn't.
Oh my
Now,
God.
look, we mentioned...
All right, let me read this because there's Mick right here. Okay, around 10:35, he hinted at it, saying Carol Vorderman had spread information about him in the last week. Ha, someone said, that's Mick Wright say ha here. Dan Wootton's program seems to be a meeting point of abusers. Let me go to the next one. I find a tweet that talk about Kate, so let me get that out of the way since they mentioned it here. I didn't know this video was about that. Right, so there's this here. Okay, this KP and Kate Middleton desperation sick. Most people could care less if a woman who has no discernible accomplishment to her name was present at Wimbledon or not. Marrying, giving birth, and wearing gowns aren't accomplishment. The UK's not value merit over class mediocrity. Okay, there's a screenshot here from the Brad to Bond, how Kate made Wimbledon a Hollywood hot ticket. Phew. A Daily Telegraph, Wallace UK will pay for. Okay, let me read some of the comments here. They're also transparent when celebs used to go to the Wimbledon pre her stand as patron who made it a hot ticket, the Kent or the actual tennis stars. Okay, they are trying to give her credit for celebrities showing up to Wimbledon. That's been done for years. This is so ridiculous, honestly. The press secretly hate Kate. The milder comments on this story and the latest article written about her are only meant to laugh or ridicule her. The voters must assume that Kate will never be Diana, even if she insists on the dressing up as her, lol. The sense that I'm getting with these comments regarding Kate attending the Wimbledon and all of those things they mention about her is just to justify, okay, the money that the royal family is receiving from the taxpayers. Okay, this is just a propaganda thing to say, oh, look at this, Kate was there, it brings in celebrities and all of that. Okay, when like some of the comments that I've read so far have said pretty much celebrities have been coming to the Wimbledon way before Kate and things like that. Okay, so they are justifying that because of Kate, this is what brings the people in there, when in fact it's not. Okay, if people have been paying attention, we will know this is not a fact, because people who are fan of tennis, especially if it's the final match, championship match, you're gonna see more people showing up. Okay, so based on what I'm saying, wait until it's, let's say, the US part. Okay, you're gonna see at the final, I don't know in between how many celebrities will show up, but like at the beginning matches, not too many people will show up, but in the final, the championship round, you're gonna see more celebrities showing up, especially if in the final it's a well-known tennis player, then you will see more people coming. Okay, so they want to be part of history, or to say, oh, I was there when this person won that many matches or something like that. This is just propaganda to sort of let the people in the UK know this is what Kate have done because she's there. Look, all those celebrities who shows up and all that. This is just BS. Okay, I guess no one was there to watch the tennis. I don't know, lately a lot of those things don't really attract my attention anymore. I didn't even know the Wimbledon was on until people, you know, put some stuff on Twitter about things. Like, for instance, when the thing with what's the other retired player that they made comment about her dating him and not dating him, or they hint that they could be dating or something like that. What's his name? I forgot his name. At the beginning of the Wimbledon. Nobody cares where Mumbleton shows up and pretend doing. Too bad the Botox app was missed in favor of boring the world by scanning, grinding, trying to touch Billy. He refuses still, but favors Rose. That said, they like the tall, stick lady who wave and smile. Thank you. Actually, the Brits value class over mediocrity, and that's why the society is currently falling apart. Yep, that's what we're seeing here. When you look at William, for instance, when he was doing his show in the US, in Boston, okay, he's flying in celebrity, thinking this is what will make things be somewhat successful, when should be focused on the winners. This is the thing that I don't know, something is missing. Okay, the celebrities were there because Novak was potentially going to make history by winning his 24th Grand Slam, but sure, they came for the lady sitting in the royal box. There's the rolling eye. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. So I include these two tweets because I didn't know it was about that. I saw Dan Wootton on the thing and I thought it was going to talk about Dan Wootton, but instead it's about Kate. And then I had another tweet regarding Kate, so I squeeze it together, get it out of the way. Alright, so back on track again regarding Dan. I didn't watch the video before I put it on the list. Alright, so there's this here. Who's bringing popcorn, pizza, drinks? I will bring some foldable chairs. There's this here. Alright, so this is Byline time. GBNews star Dan Wootton unmasked and cashed for sexual image catfishing scandal. And the first part of the 3-year investigation, there's here, revealed the account of victims targeted by the powerful TV presenter. I'm gonna read that article. Alright, so because a lot of other tweets make reference to the article. Okay, so there's the squad responding, bringing popcorn, people are coming to watch and all of that. Okay, birds of a feather flocks together, sis. Alright, so let's go into the article. There it is here. Okay, special investigation. GBNews star Dan Wootton unmasked and cashed for sexual images catfishing scandal. And the first part of the 3-year investigation at Dan Evans. Okay, so he's a what? Troublemaking Pacific, 500 followers. Okay, I don't know who he is. Okay, but Byline tagged the person. And Tom Lachen revealed the accounts of victims targeted by the powerful TV presenter. Alright, so there's the article, and then I'll come and read some of the comments here. Alright, the link of the article will be in the description. Okay, GBNews star Dan Wootton unmasked and cashed for sexual images catfishing scandal. And the first part of a 3-year special investigation, Byline time revealed the accounts of victims targeted by the powerful TV presenter. 17 July 2023. Oh, one thing I forgot to look. Let's see when Byline posted this. Okay, so it was 4:05 p.m. Remember, on rewind this video, I think I said it was when I was talking to something make right, it was 3 or 4 something a.m. and the a.m. hours. So here it's 4 p.m. Okay, so this is very crucial, somewhat, to show you the conversation I was having, and then later on they released that. Okay, Dan Evans and Tom Lachen, 17 July 2023. So that was yesterday. Okay, GBNews presenter and online columnist Dan Wootton hid behind fake online identities to trick and bribe scores of men into revealing compromising sexual material, Byline Time can reveal, and the first part of a 3-year special investigation. The 40-year-old broadcaster and self-styled voice against woke culture, whose show Dan Wootton Tonight is the biggest rating winner on the UK 4th most watched news channel, targeted journalistic colleagues, friends, and members of the public for at least 10 years. Byline Time has extensive evidence to show that between June 2008 and 2018, Wootton, who is gay, posed as fictitious show business agent called Martin Brenning to offer sums of up to £30,000 tax-free to his targets, many of whom were heterosexual men. Among them are a very senior executive at Rupert Murdoch's News UK, alongside at least 6 other staff at the Sun newspaper, one with close links to the News UK CEO Rebecca Brooks, friends, Facebook associate, and users of the dating app Grindr and Gaydar. 2 of the target made criminal complaints to Scotland Yard without knowing the real identity of their tormentor, with detective aware of the activities of Brenning. Remember, that's his name, okay, Martin Brenning, okay, whose name is a portmanteau of EastEnders characters Martin Fowler and Max Brenning since 2019. Our journalists handed a 28-page dossier of evidence to the Metropolitan Police for investigation on 20 June 2023. However, last week, criminal claims started to emerge on social media, with the post rapidly attracting more than 18 million views, causing Wootton to trend on Twitter for several days. As a result, this newspaper is today publishing some detail of our finding. We have identified 5 co-conspirators along with a representative group of around a dozen victims. However, sources suggest the true figures extend to many, many more men. Wow. Byline Time knows the names of those involved, but in order to protect the victims and the course of justice, it will not be revealing them publicly. Wootton has been off air at GBNews, on which he hosts a nightly show, for 2 weeks, taking leave to visit his family. And I show you in one of my videos where he's taking pictures with one of his, is it niece or nephew or something like that? Alright, who live near Wellington in his native New Zealand. He has been silent in the face of mass Twitter accusation, except to retweet promotion of his broadcasting return due at 9 p.m. tonight. In his absence, the news channel has covered the money for sexual images controversy surrounding the BBC and its lead presenter, Hugh Edward, describing the story as nuclear bomb. Stand-in Mark Dolan, all viewers on Dan Wootton Tonight. It's a bad day for Hugh Edward as he battles for his health and the future of his career. But the BBC is even worse. Dolan added on 14 July that this Hugh Edward story is not going anywhere. At the time of Dolan's most recent comment, Byline Time investigators had already informed executive at GBNews of the scope and veracity of allegation against Wootton, but the channel has continued to heavily promote Wootton's program. My goodness, promoting bad behavior. They're all a baggage for God. During the established period of his activities, Wootton was initially an influential editor for Murdoch's News of the World before moving, once that paper closed in 2011 after the phone hacking scandal, to the Daily Mail, and then from 2013 to Britain's biggest selling tabloid, The Sun, at which he edited its bizarre showbiz column before becoming associate editor. His career has given him great power and influence in British media and access to the world of television, celebrity, and the monarchy, on which it is his highly paid professional role to report. Tonight, a representative for Dan Wootton declined to provide Byline Time with a on-the-record response. It is understood that he strongly denied all allegation of criminality. I mean, what was he supposed to say? Of course, he has to deny. Okay, the representative did not clarify when asked whether Wootton also denies being Martin Brenning. Okay, so this is that, how do they call this? His alias name, okay, on social media. Right, the next day, the profile was gone. So they deleted after they realized who he was. Okay, Byline time evidence extend to account of admission Dan Wootton made to a trusted former colleagues and friend, in which during his many moments of crisis he revealed his fear of being exposed as Martin Branning and the prospect of a pile-on of victims. One victim, who is married with children, told this newspaper that he was left in shock to receive a text from Branning offering him $10,000 tax-free in return for private work, and so posed nude, adding that, my goodness, this is how they will be using these things against people later on. If you get out of line and then they show you this picture, and then next thing you know, you compromised. You can move forward. My goodness. All right, that's just my humble opinion. Okay, Post Node added that it felt like blackmail or entrapment. That's pretty much that, yeah. And if you have good moral, you will say, no, I'm not gonna show you, give you pictures of myself like that. Okay, a second victim told Byline time that Branning had sent him messages from untraceable numbers day and night offering sums up to £30,000 in return for sexually compromising pictures and that sort of things. And this is how they're getting so many people. Now they cannot do phone hacking. I mean, he's been doing this probably God knows how long, but the phone hacking, getting information about people to entrap them later on. So now they're asking them pictures so they will get it legally from you. Okay, they're paying you for the picture and then they have full control of it. And then next time when you're out of line, they just show you the picture and then you stay in line. You understand what I mean? So this is why probably he's doing this kind of thing. This victim said he had uncovered a pattern of men who had worked with Wootton being harassed with unsolicited malicious communication. It was all pretty much always the same thing, £20 to £30,000 for naked photos. Aren't you intrigued about who I am? This sort of stuff, right? He said, adding that it was driving him insane and ultimately provoked him to go to the police, who sent a detective to his home to take a statement in 2019. A third victim, a former janitor colleague who has indicated that he is willing to speak to the police, revealed how on several occasions he received this guy's call with offers of work with a sexual context that said it was pretty obvious they were from Wootton. A fourth victim, another junior colleague, was contacted on Facebook by Wootton in 2009, posing as a blonde woman called Maria Joseph, who exchanged flirty messages before swiping images of an unconnected female face from reality TV in return for images of the colleague, who is heterosexual and today also married with children. The fourth victim said, quote, I received a friend request from a girl called Maria Joseph. Immediately, she was very flirty, and having just come out of a messy breakup, I didn't have my wits about me as much as I should. So he already knows some personal thing about them, and then he contacted them on Facebook as someone else to get more dirt from them. This is so freaking creepy. Okay, quote, she soon started to send me semi-nude pics and swiped to email and phone. Her numbers was a New Zealand number, as she said she just came back from a year over there. As more pictures came through, she started to request them from me, which I duly obliged. Fortunately, I kept my face out of. Okay, then she started to send... she kept her face out of it. My God. But anyway, then she started to send one she's already sent, which she brushed off with obvious I'm talking to a few guys at the same time. At this point, I'm being super careful and started to snoop further into her profile. Catfishing wasn't really a known thing back then, but I knew something was up. She had 5 friends in common on Facebook, then plus 4 others. When I clicked the others, the only common link was Dan. Wow. Then a video came through of her having sex with a man. What? Then a video came through of her having sex with a man. However, I recognize him as someone from a reality TV show, as he's a friend of a friend. This made me realize I knew the identity of the girl and that it could not be legitimate. So with this, the New Zealand number, the sole common denominator, I was sure it was him. So I messaged Maria to say, "Hi Dan, interesting way to get dick pics." The next day, the profile was gone. Wow. I was embarrassed that I had not been vigilant. It made my blood run cold as to how vulnerable I made myself. I felt stupid. Okay, Byline Time is publishing today following a series of revelations made on Twitter by Wootton's former partner of 4 years, Alex Truby, and a thread of tweets which at the time of publication had attracted more than 15 million views. Mr. Truby said that Wootton gained unauthorized access to his social media account and email, leading him to suspect that he was being stalked. The intrusion became evident when Mr. Truby found his Gmail account was being accessed from an IP address at the News of the World office where Wootton was employed at the time. Mr. Truby also told how, while he was flat sitting for Wootton in 2013, who was visiting family in New Zealand, he found a padlock, hold all concealed behind Wootton's washing machine, which he opened and found an external hard drive inside containing a secretly filmed video of an employee of the Sun engaged in sexual activity with their partner. Oh my God. This is so freaking creepy. With the video, Mr. Truby described finding a transcript of an MSN Messenger conversation between the Sun employee's partner and Martin Branning. The MSN conversation was between the colleague's partner and someone called Martin Branning, whereby an arrangement was indeed made to make the sex tape in secret without his colleague's knowledge in exchange for, oh my God, for £500. Mr. Truby wrote, "I knew instantly that Martin Branning was dead." Byline Time has learned that before ending his relationship with Wootton, Mr. Truby confronted him over the content of the hold-all. Mr. Truby said that Wootton made a tearful admission of guilt, acknowledging he was the creator and controller of the pseudonym Martin Branning. Okay, Byline Time has put the content of this story in its entirety to GBNews Online and the Metropolitan Police. After it was announced that Wootton will be fronting his regular GBNews show at 9 p.m. this evening, Byline Time again approached for comment, extending the deadline for a response. At the time of publication, no comment had been provided. A spokesperson for the News UK said, quote, "We received an email from Byline this afternoon, which we are looking into. We are not able to make any further comment at this stage. This newspaper's dossier of evidence remain with the Metropolitan Police." My God, Dan Evan and Tom Latchen, a former colleague of Dan Wootton from the News of the World, none of the sources in this investigation were paid for their testimony. This is the way the U.S. work as well. When they're getting people to talk, they don't pay them. Okay, so this is what this article is about, and then some other tweets that I have make reference to that. Okay, the link of this will be in the description. You could read it yourself. Okay, so let's read some of the comments here. Okay, I'm a member of the Comment Readers Association. I'm here to read comments about that said little man called Dan. Okay, there's the laugh. Well, I'm the director of the Comment Readers Association. The squad are giving themselves some appointment, some position. My intestine almost burst. There's a laugh. If this is remotely true, how the hell does he get to be on air rather than at least suspended on full pay? A neutral act whilst investigating take place. Okay, thank you, Jesus, for pulling the hood off of devil. God doesn't like ugly, then Wootton is evil incarnated. Hope all the names of his accomplices will be published and the victims will not let them escape accusation. What an utter disgrace he is, and dare to criticize and accuse others. Thank you for sharing this story. These allegations about Dan Wootton are serious, and those are many people blackmail. Yeah, and I think that's how they get some people. You know, not only do the phone hacking to get juicy story about people, sensible stories about people, and then to use it against them. And then there's this one aspect as well. You give them information about you for money, and then they have full copyright of it, and then things start happening. My goodness. And then they blackmail you later on when they need something from you. Okay, wow. I knew Dan Wootton was dangerous, but I could never imagine he was also an alleged criminal. Thank you for your work in exposing him. I can't help but to subscribe to Byline Time for great investigative journalists. Please keep up the good work and don't sign the British royal family invisible contract, and all will be fine. So that sort of brings me back to my original tweet, the very first tweet that I have in this video, where my suspicion was, my radar was raising, and I was like, if you want to speak to anybody, speak to a journalist outside the UK, because they all, not all, but majority of them are very, they crooks. They don't do the journalistic aspect of things. They look after one another. So when I mentioned to the conversation with Mick, right, to the conversation where I said I only respect Byline people, journalists and all that, and he's like, I work for Byline. Then I was like, okay, then whoever wants to talk to Byline, that's a different story. That's a different story. Okay, so you see, there's other people who see the same thing that at least for me, I raised my concern online, put it out there, and thank God Mick Wright took the time and respond back, and we had the little conversation back and forth with respect, without bashing one another. Okay, mine was actually much harsher. The beginning of my tweet was a little bit much harsher, but he took the time to respond in a sensible way, and then we come back to be in a common understanding. Okay, so that's that. There's more comment. Let me go to the next one. It reflected the same article, but I think I bookmarked it to see what other people are saying based on the caption. Okay, so there it is here. This is a squatty, Ian. GBNews presenter and MailOnline columnist Dan Wootton hid behind fake online identities to trick and bribe scores of men into revealing compromising sexual material. Byline Time can reveal in the first part of a 3-year special investigation. Okay, so the link of this is in the description. Okay, so other squad are responding, oh dear, Ian, I knew something was not right with this scoundrel. So much vile stories about Harry and Meghan, now he is hidden. Every dog has his day. Wow, he thought the royal family connection sources would protect him. Can you imagine what skeletons are hidden in the closet of those that have more power, money than this one? Okay, gotta love karma. Serves him right for all the hell he has given Meghan and Harry. This is getting good. Now let's do peace and law. Alright, claps hand to mouth and shocked. Alright, I truly hope they throw the book at him and he gets everything he gets coming to him. His victims deserve justice. Despicable, said little man, Dan Wootton exposed. Piers Morgan is extremely quiet lately. My guess is he's next. There's that, comma. Oh my, well, couldn't happen to a more deserving, said little man. Hope he faces charges for it. Alright, so there's more comment. Let's go to the next one. Alright, again, it's regarding the same topic but different caption. Let's see what other people are saying. Okay, so this is Royal Soda. GBNews presenter and MailOnline columnist Dan Wootton hid behind fake online identities to trick and bribe scores of men into revealing compromising sexual materials. Byline Time can reveal in the first part of a 3-year special investigation. All right, Dan Wootton, the small me, tell us more. Okay, people are putting the popcorn, they can't wait. So their choice to send the image more fool them. That's the thing too. Okay, yes, their choice. It's also Dan Wootton's choice to criticize and castigate people on TV and social media. Was it just my grandma who said you reap what you saw? I really do hope that Dan is feeling the heat. There's that here. Okay, a statement about Dan declining mental health coming in 3, 2, 1. This man is reaping what he saw, and it's beyond satisfying seeing him implode because of his deplorable action. All right, there's that. If there is any justice in this world, this sad little man will get his comeuppance. May the vicious glee with which he tormented Caroline Flack and so many others rebound upon him in the form of a swift and awful downfall. Okay, let me get comfortable. This is going to be good. Dan Wootton exposed. Alright, after this, that's it. Alright, let's read this. This is gonna be good. Justice for the victim, but when I tell you that karma is coming for all of these Meg haters, get her. Alright, my heart goes out to the victim and this, man, oh man. Is it about time for people like Dan and others who are accused of this type of crimes to face the music? Okay, so there's more comment. Let's go to the next one. I'm almost on an hour. So here, okay, I'm not sure if this is make reflect to that. I think I'm sort of done with the byline thing. Alright, so let's do here. This is why people need to stop minding other people's business. From what I see, all those bad news bear are unemployed while the Montecito court continues to thrive in their multi-million-dollar deal. Alright, so there's this here. I don't know if it's the truth here. Good Morning Britain is cancelled alongside This Morning and Loose Women. I don't know if this is true. Okay, so when was that? 17 July 2023, yesterday. Okay, I told you I don't read the Daily Mail or anything like that. If the squad don't do things like this, screenshot, I would not know. Okay, so this is what's going on here. Okay, not outright, but still they know how programming works, so they need to shut the F up and stop misleading when they just rescheduling for the World Cup. Okay, so I do not know. Okay, I do not know. Let me read this comment here. Okay, yes, so they probably they're probably rescheduling, so I do not know. I'm just reading this. There's this here. Okay, haha, fake news. There's Trigan Polani. Well, that's too bad. I'm drinking a mango dragon fruit tea right now. The well is running low and will be dry soon enough for all the haters. Their sources of income are quietly living their good life in the US and thriving. Remind me of my fave Jill Scott song, Golden. Alright, so let's leave this alone. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so there's this here. Do y'all still remember the meltdown and Shutter Island at the time? CNN snub the Wells report is blasted for using Meghan and Harry's name, then referring to William and Kate as the other two royals during the report about Windsor truce walkabout and wake of Queen's death. Okay, this is where I removed the other tweet and put it at the beginning of this video. I had the one after that one. So let's see here. Scott McLean, CNN international correspondent, public after London and reporting from the city in the wake of Queen Elizabeth II. Okay, this one I can't see. Sun. Okay, this one is a bit smudged. Was doing a segment on Prince William and Prince Harry and their wives, Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle, reunited in public affair. The men lost their grandmother. The king ordered his warring sons to set aside their ongoing feud ahead of the Queen's funeral, leading the pair to reunite in public for the first time in more than a year. It was last night revealed. McLean, who is Canadian, described the quartet getting out of the car. You can see Harry get out first, and then you saw Meghan, and then the other two. And then the other two, they didn't mention them by name. I didn't know about that. And then the other two royals as well. Monarchists were not amused. Oh my God, those people are so thin-skinned just because they didn't mention them by name. The other two. Oh my God, the other two royals are leftovers. How about recently Willie went to Scotland for his lifelong project and homelessness, but no crowds. Yep, I shared this with you. Remember, go back to some videos. Crowd failed to turn up to Prince William's Scotland visit. Alright, that was back in June 28. Okay, so there's that. This was brutal. Even he was embarrassed. Well said, well done for bringing it out for people to read. Okay, I don't follow sarcasm. Alright, so there's that. LOL, to this day, I refer to them, William and Kate, as the other two royals. It was and still is hilarious. There's the laugh. It was delicious. Yep. When global reality hit that lame media for a day. There's the laugh. Oh, there it is here. Let's see here. CNN reporter referred to William and Kate as the other two royal. Okay, it's a minute and 31 seconds. There'll be some screenshot, okay?
Shock. It was silent. You could almost hear it because they are the working royals, and it was a huge shock. It was silent. You could almost hear a pin drop when the four of them emerged.
It went mute. It went
Now because they are the working royals, and it was a huge shock. It was silent. You could almost hear a pin drop when the four of them emerged.
What the hell? It keeps on going back. So they must have cut it. I don't know.
Now because they are the working royals, and it was a huge shock. It was silent. You could almost hear a pin drop when the four of them emerged.
What the hell? It keeps on going back. I'm not doing that. It's doing that by itself. It's quiet.
Now because they are
Okay, let's see. Let's keep it. Okay. I don't know. It's not playing fully on my end. Okay, I don't know. Never mind. Okay, the other two royals, there's the laugh, love it. Okay, nothing at all wrong with what that reporting dude said. There's this. Okay, haha, one of my fave. Yep, and I was laughing my ass off. I still chuckle about it today. I thought that was correspondent hit the nail on the head with this statement. I was cracking up. I was like, no, they didn't. Yep, hilarious. Alright, so let's go to the next one. I'm telling you, the squad be bringing back some memories for a laugh. Alright, so there's this here. Harry and Meghan tears and suffering will never be in vain. Harry and Meghan only crime was falling in love with each other. I mean, this, I saw it, when I first saw it, not the image, I saw the video of it. And I quickly saw Harry's face when he was, whew, like, oh my God, like, thank God it's over. And then later on, I start seeing this picture of it. And I never see Meghan face like that at all. She was drained. She was, the thing that they put her through that week, it's unbelievable. And then don't forget, the week wasn't expected to be that way. They had other things in plan. They were supposed to, I mean, I think they got 2 of the 4 things that they needed to do. They had the One Young World, which Meghan did. And then they had to go to Germany for Invictus. And they were supposed to come back, I believe, for Well Child. This was canceled. And I think there was one more and everything was canceled after that. Okay, so nothing about the Queen's funeral was in the picture. But the thing they put her through, and one of the things that I said during that time is that the happiness, the celebration that they gave Harry and Meghan, especially when they went to Germany after they did the One Young World thing, they did not like that. So somebody had to go under the bus. Okay, so they make it happen really quickly to turn that smile into a frown. Okay, God knows exactly what happened around that time. I'm just gonna package for God. But they put our sis through hell that week. They put her through hell talking some nonsense, unnecessary nonsense. And it affected her. Look at her face. I have never seen Meghan's face like that. She looks so drained. Just like Harry. I mean, Harry always show his true feeling. You could see his feeling through his face, his composure and everything. But sometimes Meghan learned to disguise it in a way. But this one right here, when she was in the car, she was done. She was done. Okay, so there's me here about an hour before I started recording. Our sis went through a lot this particular week of this pic. I have never seen her face this way. I will never forget the shit they said about her for supporting her husband. Okay, our sis loved this guy. Okay, Harry and Meghan may have lost the battle, but they will win the war. Okay, so that's that. Let's go to the next one. I saw it when I turned on my computer and I quickly added, and that was my response to it. Okay, next tweet. I know a woman who came back from under Boris Johnson with no brain, doctor check, and it was completely gone. This is something Peg and Trelawney retweeted, and that was her comment with that. Okay, there's this here. She retweeted that. I'm not gonna go into it, okay? I know two of British women in a well-known London hospital who came back from Turkey with no kidney. Their organs were literally stolen while the women were under anesthetic. The deal luring Brits to Istanbul for cosmetic surgery. There's this here. Alright, okay, you men cannot live with no kidney. Oh, do you find this helpful? All right, and then this is Pig and Trelawney's response to that about the person with no brain. Okay, then I laughing my ass off. There's that. People are just laughing. This made my day. I'm dead. There's this. People are just laughing. The scream I scrum. There's that. Okay, pretty sure it's covered in third form of biology, but who knows? Different decade, different syllabus, or just different teachers. You are absolutely correct. Brother Zenger, yes. People are just laughing. The thing the squad be bringing with the sarcasm with it. Next tweet. Oh my god. Alright, I have 3 more after this. Okay, everyone that I know that moved to Texas in 2020 from California moved right in hell back to California. Okay, I think she's making reference to the heat wave that's going in Texas. And I did, in some tweet, I did bring some conversation about how people moving around, where they're moving away from California because California is getting very expensive. And it must have been about voting or the electoral college or something like that. The states that have the most electoral college or something, because California, New York, and Florida, or like, and Texas, are like the 3 or 4 states that have a lot the most electoral college. And I think I was talking about that, and I said some of them are moving to Texas and all that. Okay, I don't remember why I brought it, but I remember talking about people moving from California to Texas. But this one is sort of making reference to the heat wave. So those people who left California to go to Texas, they're probably experiencing the heat wave in Texas right now because it's very hot. Okay, there's this here. I don't know why they move here unless their company made them move. Yes, the cost of living is cheaper, but the heat and the way of life here is drastically different. Plus, the average Texan hated the mass influx of people from California, north, okay, and north, because it shot up the cost of living. Okay, preach. So a lot of them are pouring back. Okay, there's that. Yeah, usually when people are moving in, of course the cost is gonna go higher because there will be demand for things. All right, but when there's not a lot of people, you know, costs reduce. And yeah, I think it was because of the cheaper way of living. California was getting expensive. Okay, there was a lot of homeless, and I think I even said people are moving to Nevada as well. And Nevada is another place that's very hot as well. I went there once in the summer. I'll never forget that. I was walking between casinos and the ground. They all connected in some shape or form. So I was under the AC all the time. So I got really cold with the AC, and I told my husband, let's go and walk on the sidewalk. Oh my God, the heat was tremendous. I was like, okay, let's go back. They even put sprinklers, little hint of sprinklers to cool people down. That's how hot it was in Nevada. Okay, fire ants, LOL. It was hilarious to see that immigration to Texas. Okay, literally screaming how Texas is cheaper, etc., etc. Now doing everything they can do to go back. It's different there versus California. The financial services, the weather, quality of roads, and commute fine. Okay, commute time. Well, the better there is congenital syphilis outbreak. Oh, there's a syphilis outbreak? I don't know about that. I moved from East Coast to Houston, hated every minute of it, did a 10-year bid, and came home. I'm so happy to be out of that hellhole. I've said this before. I do not like to live in the country or something. Once in a while, to go there to rejuvenate, like to recharge, yes. like when my family do a little camping trip or whatever for a couple of days, it's fine. Because after, let's say, I think like 5, 6 o'clock, I would say maybe 7 o'clock, everything is dead. And then to get to let's say a store, you have to drive. Okay, I like to live in the not really deep in the city, but somewhat where I could walk places, and where things don't close after 8 p.m. Sometimes 1 a.m. things are still open and all of that. But when I go to the country, it's too quiet for me. It's good for a certain amount of time, but after that, I'm tired of it and go back. So I don't even bother. If I'm buying a land, it's for vacation purposes only. That's it. Because, yeah, it's not my thing. Okay? There is not a cheap home or lower taxes in Texas or anywhere is worth the price of freedom and peace of mind. Okay, most of the ones I know stay in Texas. Good riddance, I say. Okay, and Texas appreciate it. They moved there to add a House seat in Congress and also to Florida. Now they are moving back. They also ran from New York as well. That's true. Okay, people need to pay attention to the Republicans. That's right. What is it? People needs to pay attention to the Republicans. However, it almost backfired. Democrats almost still won the most seats. Okay, I believe that 100%. And I think that's what the thing I was talking about regarding electoral college. I think that's why I was some shape or form. I don't remember the point where I brought in and then to say that people were moving different states. All right, this one I saw when I turn on my computer. This is ridiculous. Okay, don't come back at all. 10 o'clock at night, I'm definitely going to. These Vent salesmen be doing way too much. I mean, they should know. My goodness. Maybe they're not even a salesman. Okay, it's 35 seconds. Listen.
It's 10 o'clock at night, and it's definitely past business hours.
Yes.
Brother, do you know what we're doing? Ma'am, do you know what we're doing?
No.
Okay, gotcha. I'll just come back another time because there's no way you're not going to be interested. Brother, I hope you have a great night.
No, don't come back here at all. 10 o'clock at night. Don't come back.
Definitely going to.
10 o'clock? Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, I might would have had to see what he wanted to say. There's that. People are laughing. What Vent. Okay, a home security company, and their products are great, but their salesmen have a reputation for being insanely aggressive. The squad are crazy. Okay, Sussex squad, I was not gonna do this. Y'all asked for it. Now look what y'all made me do. How it started versus how it's going. 2 bananas. I swear the squad are crazy. Oh my god, just look at the pictures. Just look at the picture. The squad are crazy. The squad are crazy. The squad are crazy. And then this, love always wins. I couldn't compose myself looking at this. I was just going crazy at that. There's this here. Oh, there's a picture here. Okay, girl, you're so bad. They've been asking for it all week. Girl, you just ain't right. But I love it. Hope someone tell Harry and Meghan about it. It will crack them up. I will guess it sure did me. Alright, A+ for creativity. Those bananas are rip. There's that. Brilliant. I'm telling you, the squad are crazy. I love your little post. Bloody brilliant. Okay, them, and I get it too. Alright, so that's it. Let's do prayer. Prayer for what? What should we do prayer for? Prayer for, I don't know, something said composure. Why? I don't know. Let's see if there's anything popped up. Oops. Composure. I don't know. What is that? I didn't even think I was going to find something. But let's see what it says, because that's the word that came to mind. Okay, Almighty God, help me maintain a calm and composed demeanor rather than being ruled by anger. Your word teaches me that those who do not control their temper are like a city without walls and defenseless. Give me control over irritability and rage. All right, so I'm gonna keep this. Okay, let's read the one that's next to it. Prayer for self-control, prayer for composure. Almighty God, help me maintain a calm and composed demeanor rather than being ruled by anger. Your word teaches me that those who do not control their temper are like a city without walls and defenseless. Give me control over irritability and rage. As your spirit develops within me the godly virtue of forgiveness and long-suffering, may I put to death my sin's nature, which was against my spiritual nature. Amen. All right, so I think that's pretty good. Wow, that's the word that came to mind. I'm surprised there's even something here. All right, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And if you want to support me also, there's my Patreon page. You could go and be a patron to help support all of my channel. That's this channel, APU Team Sussex, PYTE. Eventually it will be monetized. I'll go back to it again. And our part of service. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for your support.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.